Welcome to Barnsley Library Storytime. Today we mark 75 years since the end of the Second World War in Europe. On this day, 75 years ago, people celebrated in the streets with parties. And although we can't do that today, we'd like to share some time together in a different way, to remember the huge sacrifice and courage of people at home and abroad. The war changed everyone's lives, and these stories illustrate this. The first one I want to share with you is My Best Friend, the Evacuee by Sally Morgan, illustrated by Gareth Conway, and we have permission from publisher Scholastic to share some with you. It's the story of two friends who were separated when Teddy is evacuated to the US, and I'll start by reading the introduction. Dear reader, in your hands is a packet of letters that have travelled thousands of miles. They've survived a world war. They have survived journeys across the Atlantic filled with enemy submarines. They have survived the pesky censors, crossing out anything that they think spies might find useful, and they have even survived snooping mothers. These letters are the real survivors, just like Teddy. I mean Edward and I. Edward and I were best friends. We'd lived on the same street in Battersea, London in 1939, when Hitler and the Germans invaded Poland and Great Britain went to war. We played out together and we even started our very own comic book. Our favourite comic book back then was the Beano, and we wanted to make ours even better, with funny stories and brilliant artwork. Our comic book headquarters was the Anderson shelter in the bottom of my garden, and we filled it with silly pictures of our friends and neighbours. But all that was before Edward was evacuated to the USA, leaving me to face the Blitz alone. Most of my other friends had been sent to the countryside, evacuated by the government to keep them out of harm's way in the city. These letters show how Teddy and I fought our own battle to keep our friendship and our comic book alive, despite all the tragedy and change that was going on around it. P.S. I never did get my Beano back. Love, Harriet. And this is the final letter that was sent to Harriet from Teddy as the war came to an end. Dear Harriet, the war is over and I'm coming home. I can hardly believe it. I'm not sure you are going to recognise me. I've gotten so tall and fat. Well, maybe not fat, but broad at least. Have you changed? I guess you must be quite the young lady now. Not too ladylike, I hope. And I want to teach you baseball. I sail on Saturday. I'm not sure how long the journey will take, but I could very well be home before the letter gets to you. I can't wait to see you and your mother. My mother says I might find things quite different now from how I remember, and that although the war is over, there's a long struggle ahead with rationing and rebuilding and all the bombed out buildings. I'm a bit scared about what I might find. We'll have to live a different life. I've had a very much different life over here. I'm so sorry I didn't write to you too much. Everything just got so busy. I suppose it did for you too. I can't wait to get back. Do you think we can start working on the Keep Calm and Carry On again? I've so many ideas. I can't believe I will really be coming home after all this time. Good night and see you soon. Edward. P.S. Nobody mentioned me sounding English in years. I bet I will sound like a total Yank to you. Please be kind.